said, hey, I can get there at 3 o'clock today. You want to unload today? Oh, no. We get off at 3:30. And so, somebody's always trying to call. I said, well, it's only 2 people can unload it in like 15 minutes. No, I think we're just going to, we have an appointment. We're just going to keep the appointment. Okay, no big deal. So heading down here to Arkansas, this last load. Pretty much take it easy for the rest of this day. And hopefully get unloaded in the morning and start headed toward Texas. Boy, it is amazing how when you get into traffic and you turn your turn signal on, people speed up. It's amazing. Alright. Looked at this thing on, I always look at the satellite view before I show up at these places, and this one could be tricky. It could go either way on this one. There is a place to pull in on the back side of the building, go around the building and just back straight into the dock. But as I've found more often than not, people like to park back there. They don't think about the trucks coming in. So hopefully small streets here. Yeah, they didn't design these streets with 18-wheelers in mind, for sure. This, I think, should be where I need to turn, go down the back side of the building, and yep, they've got the whole thing blocked. Of course they do. Now my trouble comes in, if I go all the way around here, will there be a place big enough to turn around? I could not tell on the satellite if there was room enough to turn around when I got around here, but I guess we will see. Well, it looks like there's a dock for another company there. Oh, and there's people parked in the way over here too. Man, oh man, let's see here. Try it. There's not much room in here. No, there's too many people parked in the way everywhere. Gotta love it. You got to love it. Let me try the old jackknife here and see if there's there's enough room. If not, we're in big trouble. Ooh, it's gonna be so close. Oh man. Wow. If I would have had 1 foot less space, that turnaround would not have happened. Holy cow. Open these doors. Backed in there. Well, we're in the door. Man, there's about this much between the side of my truck and the dock over there to get in there. I offered to help these guys. They didn't want it. So we got in the door. They're unloading it right now. Then I have to do about a 200-mile deadhead for my next load. And that one's just taking me back to Texas. And I'll probably be done for a little while. This morning, you know, about once a week, once every couple weeks, a check engine light comes on, something happens, and you go, oh crap, here we go again. So I was laying in my bunk, and every time I turn over in the night, I always glance down at my voltmeter just to see what it reads. I've gotten to the habit because I never run my truck, and I hardly ever run my APU. When I park at night, I might turn the TV on and I might turn a fan on, and it can get down to 40 degrees and I'm still good. Anything between 40 and 68 degrees, I'm perfect in here. It gets above that and I need to turn the air conditioner on or the heater on. But so I got into the habit of checking that voltmeter, and usually it's around 12.5, 12.4. Occasionally I'll let it get down to 12.3. The truck will still start pretty quick like that. But last night I glanced over and it was at 12.0. And immediately I knew something was wrong. But I'm not going to get out in the middle of the night and start working on the truck. So I had two choices. I could wait until the morning and cross my fingers and hope the truck started, or I could go ahead, start the truck up, and let it idle. If the battery runs all the way down, truck's still going, I can get somewhere. So I elected just to start the truck. Turned everything off, all the electrics, unplugged everything, just so it wouldn't drain, whatever it was. So I have a thought process, troubleshooting thought process. The first thing I always think of when something goes wrong is, did I just do something, work on something, or was I around something that might have done that? And in this case, I just installed a diesel heater, but it doesn't use very much power. In any case, I went ahead and I turned it off and came over. When I started the truck, I looked at the voltmeter and it stayed right at 12. So I knew right away that it was one of two things. It was either a connection or it was my alternator. Now, I could have eliminated the alternator right away, because, it was charging earlier that day, and then all of a sudden, it went from 12.5 to 12 in just a few hours without the truck running. So I could have eliminated the alternator, but I don't know what they're doing back there. But 90% of the time, it's going to be some kind of connection. So I went back to sleep, and about an hour later, I woke up with my throat hurting and my eyes burning and feeling weird. And I kind of smelled something, kind of didn't, and I got up real quick and came over and rolled down my window, and as soon as I did, a truck had pulled in next to me and left its engine running, I guess. And instead of backing all the way into the spot, he backed where his tailpipe was shooting smoke and carbon monoxide straight into my truck. So fortunately, I woke up, and so I had to pull forward about 15 or 20 feet and get some fresh air going through the truck. But I got up about 6, opened the battery box, and started pulling on connections. And I got to one connection in particular, and I heard a kind of an arc. And I knew immediately that was where my trouble was. I went in, looked at the voltmeter, the truck was running, and boom, it was back up to 13. So when I get home, I'm gonna have to check. It was tight, but there might be, some carbon or something built up on that connection. So we got lucky. We dodged a bullet on that one. And now we're just waiting on these guys. Hopefully they get done here in the next few minutes, because I've got a 1 o'clock appointment and I'm running up against it. So we'll see y'all over there.